But
Exactly.
do you think the Clippers, the whole Kawhi Clippers situation with them giving up, going to get Kawhi, giving up all that for Paul George, they gave up Shea, they gave up their whole future draft picks, getting them another lottery pick this year. So with all that, and Kawhi and Paul George, they bring them no championship. Paul George is in Philadelphia now. So with all that being said, did the Clippers get their money's worth from this whole Kawhi situation?
Well, when the deal first went down, it seemed like yeah, it was a big deal. It was a great deal. Kawhi was just coming off winning a championship. And then to get a young at that time, young Paul George. Yeah, that was a great move. It's just uh you can't predict injuries. You can't predict the future. So but you could have kind of taken that into account that Kawhi is a injury prone guy. And sort of Paul George in a sort of funny type of way. Now, when you think about it, they didn't get near the amount of money they put into getting those guys and the capital that they gave up to get those guys. I don't think they got anywhere near a good return on that investment. That was in hindsight, just it was a bad move. Just thinking about it, in hindsight. Yeah, they sold a lot of tickets, so I guess the owner made his money. The
Yeah.
fans didn't get what they wanted out of it. The owners and the shareholders, they made their money. Yeah, I guess it is what it is, man.
Yeah, I think they needed to get a championship out of that. They didn't mortgage their whole future. They ain't got nothing to look forward to. They ain't got, and Kawhi really ain't gave him nothing because he be hurt. When he play, he's playing very well. But I think I read somewhere he ain't won a playoff series since 2021. So it's just like, what we doing? Every time, like I know they was playing Phoenix, he was playing good against Phoenix like 2 years ago, he get hurt. It's just like every time he get it going, get it rolling, he get hurt. And it's just like, it ain't nothing he can do about it, but it's like, bro, we didn't give up all this to go get, we can sign you, then we didn't give up our whole future to go get Paul George because you told us to go get Paul George. And going to get Paul George, we gave away Shea, who's finna be a two-time MVP. He got a chance to be a two-time Finals MVP if they win the Finals this year. Although Paul George was coming off an MVP caliber season, it's just that's gonna look like one of the worst trades in NBA history. Probably behind that AD and Luka trade. That's you probably can argue that one worse. It's bad.
Yeah, that AD and Luka trade. Yeah, I don't know what the hell that was about. Man, that was crazy.
About them ratings. They needed to get them ratings up.
You know what? If you think about it, Luka being in that Los Angeles market,
Yeah,
it kind of brought, it made you want to watch.
they
Him
do.
being in Dallas, that didn't do anything. But him being with the Lakers, though, it kind of makes you want to watch.
Yeah, the Dallas, like, more people gonna check for the Lakers than Dallas. And LeBron getting old, the Lakers need another superstar. AD was always injured. It's like we gotta get another superstar in that market. And Luka doing what it do because he over there leading the league in scoring, be dropping 40, be dragging them to the playoffs. He that was a good pickup for the Lakers. Shoot, I don't know what the Mavericks was thinking. AD for Luka?
Yeah, 25-year-old Luka, however old he was at that time.
It was like 25. AD was, well, they both was hurt during the trade, but man, I'm not trading no Luka for no Anthony Davis. Not with his history. Not with his. They're just stupid. And Luka just came off a finals appearance with y'all. Y'all just came from the championship. And you gonna trade him the next season for Anthony Davis?
Yeah, that's how you know that was the league. The league interfered and made that happen. That was some inside stuff there. Like you said, the ratings are terrible. I'm not watching basketball like that anymore. I watch it now because it's the playoffs. I watch the highlights or whatever. But no, I don't watch it like that because a lot of these players I don't even know who they are, man. It's
Yeah.
just not as exciting as it used to be. So they have to do something to get it to pop again.